I really about to defile this grave for views?
Of course I am! I found it! It's time to talk about one of the biggest disappointments to ever grace the gaming community and the PS4 exclusive club in any fashion. The Order of 1886. Now this game, is pretty much a laughingstock, so let's just dive right into it with some context, shall we? Good morning, YouTube! My name is NoNoNoah, and welcome to Game Grind, the only show on the internet that does the grinding for you. And grind away we did at this piece of shit today! Okay, now obviously this game came out a very long time ago, so I really don't care about spoilers or anything else like that. So, obviously, spoiler warning, I'm going to give you about 5 seconds to leave if you didn't want to know what happens in The Order of 1886. So, enjoy this picture of a cat while we wait. Okay, we ready? Because here we go. I also want to let you guys all know that this is entirely my opinion. I am not a god, I am but a mere man, and I only have certain ways of thinking things because I have had a certain way of doing things my entire life. So, this is not the word, the final judgment, or anything. You're allowed to have other opinions outside of what I think. This is just what I think. And this is my review, and you came to my video, so you're gonna have to listen to me, damn it. The Order of 1886 is set in an alternate history London. That's a bit more steampunky meets Van Helsing themed. We play as Sir Galahad, a knight of the Order or Round Table. How do we know this? Well, someone just calls us Sir Galahad one time, and that's all the context we get. We don't get a battle history, or why he became a knight, or any kind of self-motivation at all. He's just one of the dudes. I think that's what particularly peeves me about this intro, too. We start off in the future being drowned and escaping prison. It's pretty confusing to start off with, doesn't quite engage me as a player, and doesn't drive me to play the game. Regardless, let's start where our story actually begins and not here. I'm not gonna lie, this story's a little hard to catch everything on your first run, so I played this game twice just to make sure I knew what I was talking about. And I still might have missed something because I wasn't really interested in this one. So, if I missed something, please tell me down in the comments below, but here's the damn story. As far as I can tell, the Knights of the Order have been around for centuries since King Arthur founded them, and have been fighting half-breeds, like werewolves and vampires, as well as insurgencies to keep London and the nation safe. Originally, they sucked at it, but then the Industrial Revolution happened, along with the discovery of the Blackwater, which I can only assume is the Holy Grail or some sort of different type of alternative Holy Grail, or maybe they're just drinking their own piss, I don't know. It's never really explained, unfortunately. However, it has allowed members of the council to live for hundreds of years and helps heal bullet wounds, so yay! Now that we have all this in our minds, the game starts with Sir Galahad fighting escaped prisoners and pushing them back into the underground. Upon pursuit, we find Lycans, half-breed, half-werewolf beasts, and after debriefing with the Order, Sir Galahad's mentor, Sir Percival, believes there is a correlation between the two. After debate amongst the council and disapproval from the Lord Councillor, which is the guy above the council apparently, and with an unofficial blessing by the Knight Commander, which is the Lord Councillor's son Lucan, Galahad, Percival, Lady Ingrim, and a Frenchman named Lafayette head to Whitechapel, a place highly suspect to the rebellion. After meeting heavy resistance, Galahad finds himself at an abandoned London hospital, meeting a multitude of Lycans and finding plans associated with infiltrating the Agamemnon, a flagship in order to assassinate Lord Hastings, a frequent council guest. The attempt is foiled, and a bomb is learned to be on board. While citizens and Lord Hastings escape the airship, Galahad and Sir Percival stay on board to find the rebel leader and disarm a bomb. A secondary bomb, apparently, because a bomb had already gone off at this point. However, this second bomb explodes, and in the crash of the airship, Sir Percival dies. Now, with this totally failed mission, the Lord Councillor is damning everyone who went on it. With Sir Percival dead, Lafayette takes his place as Sir Percival, which was confusing as shit. I don't know why he wasn't just Knight Lafayette, but whatever. I mean, supremely do not care. Of course, though, all of this gets interrupted by a rebel attack on the bridge. Just to keep the steam train wheels a-rolling down the line of this 5-hour game, everybody! After a quick intervention, the bridge attack is foiled. Furious by the death of his mentor and inaction from the council, Galahad returns to Whitechapel to find the rebel leader who is revealed to be the presumed dead Queen... I'm not even going to try to say her name, we're just going to call her Lack. Lack is the name of this woman, but her real name, I'll put it up on screen. If you can pronounce it, go for it. An Indian subcontinent is the place that she is the queen of, and after a quick decision, it is revealed that the United Indian Company is the true enemy of London. After a reconnaissance to Blackwall and a quick peek into the company's warehouse, Galahad and the Queen find several hibernating vampires within shipping crates, after which the Queen reveals that Lord Hastings is indeed a vampire, known to the public simply as Jack the Ripper. When Galahad returns to present his findings to the council, Lucan sympathizes with him, but no one else on the council will listen to him. Lucan joins Galahad in infiltrating the company's headquarters in Mayfair. With help from the Queen, they find evidence of shipping half-breeds overseas, and in the process encounter Lord Hastings as a vampire. It is revealed Lucan is actually a Lycan, it changed a letter there, and fights Galahad. When the authorities arrive, Lucan retreats, Hastings places blame on Galahad, and Galahad is taken into custody. Now, this is where our game started, which I'm sure wasn't the greatest spot to pick to start the damn game because it only confused me in my playthrough. And it doesn't make a lot of sense because this is one of the very last chapters of the game. After escaping and being saved by Nikola Tesla and an old man, which no one seems to know the name of or even know anything about this said old man, he's just in a hood, I don't know why he's there. When Galahad finally recovers, he quickly heads to the council to retrieve Tesla with the fear that the others have found him out. Upon finding Tesla, we encounter Lucan, who turns into a Lycan, and we fight. Once he is defeated, the Lord Counselor interferes and tells Galahad that he knew his adopted son's true nature, but couldn't come to kill him. Galahad promptly puts a bullet in Lucan's head, and the game comes to an end. No explanation, no closure, not a single loose end tied outside of Lucan's death. Ultimately, the game story leaves a lot to be desired. Now, a lot of it was interesting, but it wasn't presented in a way that made me feel engaged as a player at all. Sir Galahad had no character growth, and there was no significant personality throughout the entire game that I really sought. Lafayette was just a French playboy, kind of like a cliche stereotype. Ingram was just simply, her personality just seemed to be woman, and not to mention Sir Percival had the biggest character growth of all because he died! The game had a lot going on, but not in a way that was particularly rememberable for me, or any other player probably playing it. Especially when the game lets you play it, it's more of a movie. I swear to God, of the 5 hours of this game, 3 of them, I swear, were spent in cutscenes or some sort of button prompt system. There's not much gain here, and the game time that you do get to play with, it's kind of just a rail shooter, and it's kind of disappointing. I'm not kidding, the game was 5 hours long, and I swear at least half of that time was cutscenes or character animations that blocked your path to continue. Even when you get to play, it's usually just in a Nathan Drake-esque style with typical third-person shooting with cover, climbing obstacles, or you're just walking down a linear street. That's not even bringing up the laughable boss fights we have to take part in. I mean, take a look at some of this shit! It's just button prompts! Why? It's all just QuickTime events and tapping R1 or R2. Nothing challenging in the slightest. There's no test of skill or knowledge of the game or how the environment works. Just tapping buttons in certain sequences at the right time. It's just disappointing, especially when fighting an enemy as spectacular as a werewolf elder should be amazing. Outside of everything, the game's guns have a unique and neat flair to them. There's a machine gun that shoots steam to stun enemies, there's a lightning gun, a literal lightning gun, and of course a thermite rifle, where you shoot a set charge of thermite and then you ignite it with a flare, which was pretty unique. And of course all the other Nikola Tesla technology that's presented throughout the game, but it wasn't presented in a way that made me love them or even get to really attach myself to certain weapons. And in all honesty, you guys know me, I just went for the shotgun. I don't really care about any other guns. I just need a good boomstick. Each time these guns popped up, they just seemed like they were cheap one-mission items that they just pumped in for that extra flair. But it ultimately, to me at least, didn't seem very good at all.
I can't destroy the game though. The graphics are quite beautiful. I didn't have a single crash or bug. Not even the lighting was off. Everything was well made, and the grim color scheme conveyed the central dark themes of the game, and I found that very neat. Not even the knight's clothes are colorful. Everything was so rustic and dark, and I loved it. I just wish the visuals could have helped me enjoy the game more.
When this game first came out, the creator simply said it's the quality of the game, not the quantity of the game. But I have to disagree, because yes, the visuals are outstanding, and it was a great type of exclusive that the PS4 needed to get off the ground, I'm sure. But ultimately, it's a fucking movie. There's nothing else to it. There was even a point where I left the room to take a piss, and when I came back, I still wasn't interested in what was going on in that damn screen. The story mode is the whole game, and yes, there are a couple of collectibles scattered throughout the linear missions, but they only present flavor text to engage you in a world that doesn't want you to be engaged in it. It's a goddamn movie. Imagine going around in, like, the Notebook and finding pieces of paper that were once in the Notebook. I mean, sure, it's cool, but the story's already there. Why do I need context on stuff that happened beforehand? But after all, it's the quality of the game that matters! And with that, one of the first and exclusive games to the PS4 closes. 5 hours of content for $60. A full retail price game for 5 hours of entertainment. I bought this game for $7, and I think that is a far more appropriate price for what the game gives us as a player. Outside the fucking cutscenes, of course. I can't recommend this game to you. Unless, of course, you like short, non-commitment type storylines. But the game just does not present itself in a way that engages people as players. They had the neat aspect of it. They had a nice, simple plot of betrayal, but they had all the pieces there that just didn't assemble them correctly at all. It was a miserable failure in my opinion. It could have been a great game, but it just doesn't keep me interested as a human being, or as even a gamer. Thanks everyone so much for watching this video. Please go check out my Patreon page, because every dollar that you put on my Patreon page will come right back to me, either in the form of food or in the form of better content, like maybe I could buy an actual webcam and not have to use my phone for once. But that is what I have for you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching, and make sure you check out the Cutscene Cinema video that's going to drop with this one as well, because that will have all the cutscenes from the game, and it should have some cinematic stuff I did with it too to make it look a little bit prettier, and have little edits in there, you know. But that should drop the same time this drops. So thank you guys again for watching, and I will see all you no bros later.